Center, celebrating 46 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And also brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211.
And now, The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning, Cayman, and welcome to another Business Buzz right here on Radio Cayman. I am your host, Sabrina Turner, as we put the spotlight this morning on Animal House. And welcome in studio with me, Miss Christine Gillette, to hear more about the company and services. Good morning, Christine, and welcome to our show.
Hi, Sabrina. Thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure. Now, the Business Buzz is brought to you every Tuesday and Thursday and would not be possible without the kind compliments of Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. Without further ado, please, I'm all excited to hear about the history on Animal House and the reason why it was open, even though I love the services.
Yeah, so basically Barry Bodden, the owner, he has obviously pets himself, and he was like, there's nothing on the island, there's no outlet to get, a good, superior dog food.
Right.
So he basically looked into it and he was like, this is, something that the island needs. And, 15 plus years later, here we are today. Grown and grown.
And it continues to grow from strength to strength because now you're even out in countryside.
We are, yes. So, it was before my time, so I'm not sure how long actually it's been open up there. But yeah, that does well, and it's a lot more convenient for the people that are on the eastern
side and don't necessarily want to come into the heart
Correct,
of Georgetown.
Yes.
So give us some feedback that you've gotten from customers and talk about lessons, if any, from this pandemic. We understand that this has not only hit us, the operations side, as people, but even our furry friends or pets.
Obviously for the furry animals and the furry pets, it's been absolutely brilliant for them because their owners have been at home all day, so they've been really loving it, and the owners have been spoiling them probably more than what they would normally do. So that's been great also. But no, we've been open since day one. The government decided that we was an essential business, that we was needed to in order to support the island. So that was absolutely brilliant. With that, obviously, we offered curbside pickup, we offered free delivery service island-wide, which was absolutely fabulous. But yeah, a lot more people spoiling their dogs.
Yes, I know the community that I reside. I sometimes I wonder if the dogs were actually tired. I can remember one day going out to the supermarket, and there was a couple pulling their dog in a trolley. And this dog refused to move. I'm like, oh my God, he must be saying, why can't they go back to work? Why can't they go back to work?
Definitely. There's a lot more people was definitely out exercising with their dogs.
Yes. Poor dogs. Now tell us about the various pet foods and treats that are carried at Animal House. But let's start with Carew Pet Foods and Treats.
Yeah, so Carew is a new brand for us. We've just got it on. We just got it on the shelves realistically in the last few weeks. It's American made. We carry the full line, which is absolutely great. It's a human grade, so it's it comes from an actual factory that is human food's made from. It's the highest quality of food. It's also made in small batches, not done in vast amounts like a lot of the dog food industry is. Because of that, it ensures the quality, it ensures the high palatability for the animals. It's just overall good, and it's great for dogs' intolerances.
Now, I believe you also have in stock, is it Weruva?
Weruva.
Yes, that's another cat food brand that you carry. Tell us and give us some information about that for the health and well-being of your feline family members.
Yeah, so Weruva, the name itself is a bit of a handful. It took me about 2 weeks to memorize how to say it, but it's actually 3 names combined to one. So the story behind Waruva is the owners, man and wife, they had 3 cats who were so fussy eaters, and their actual names was Webster, Ruby, and Vanessa, which makes up the Waruva.
Okay, I understand.
So fussy animal, cats, and they wouldn't eat anything. I mean, on the market for cats, there's, you've got the pate, you've got the mince, you've got the chunky, you've got the shredded, and their cats just wouldn't eat anything. Mm-hmm. So with that said, they started looking at doing homemade food, and they discovered that, hey, actually, my cats actually like, a lot more nutrition in their food. They like a lot more this and a lot more that. So that was some years ago, and they've gone from making, food for their 3 cats, and now it's one of the biggest in America, one of the number 1 selling products in America, which is absolutely fantastic. They have about 350 lines plus. Okay. We have about 50 of them so far. Mm-hmm. So obviously we're still new, and we'll see how that grows. But again, it's human grade. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, when we have had our little meetings about it at work, some of the staff actually have tried it. Wow. Because it's human grade. Yes. So it is fit also for human consumption. Which is absolutely fantastic. So, the smell of it, absolutely fantastic. It looks good.
What were their responses? The humans testing?
Okay. One of them absolutely was like, hey, this is brilliant. I think he tried the Mama's chicken stew. Okay. So, yeah, he was liking it. The other one was a bit, the chicken's not just quite how meaty I would expect, but no, it looks good. It smells good. I'm a fussy eater, so I didn't try it.
Oh, okay. At least you're honest there. But they eat what we eat if you allow them. Oh, definitely. Even though that is not that's not recommended. And now for persons to actually create a line that's pretty much on par with human consumption
is fantastic. Yeah. Yep.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Good morning. As we put the spotlight this morning and hear more from Animal House and their service, we've just gone back in time, and you're currently now talking about certain brands that they carry for our little felines and our puppies to consume. It's the Animal House is located on 243 North Sound Road, and they're also in Countryside Shopping Village. Now, what are your hours of operation? And that's for both locations.
Okay, so Georgetown, midweek, Monday to Friday, we're open from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. And then on Saturdays, we're open at 8 till 5. So I get to go home a little early on that night. Mm-hmm. And then on Countryside, midweek, Monday to Friday, we're open 10 till 7. And then on Saturdays, 9 till 7. So for those heading to East End, that so the traffic aspect is great because we're open till 7.
That's good. That's Miss Christine Gillette in studio with me this morning telling us more of Animal House. We'll be right back, and we'll talk about, for those persons who are lovers of aquariums, we'll talk more about that and a little bit more when we come back.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series. Brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Floyd Hulbert Bush, 1911 to 1946. Floyd Hulbert Bush grew up in West Bay. He is said to have had a great sense of humor and was well liked by all. He was married to the former Aletha Perlina Hides, with whom he had one son. As a young man, he was the driver for the first private doctor to come to Cayman, Dr. Thompson. He also fished at Mosquito Keys with his boat, the X-10. At the age of 29, he shipped out to Tampa to look for work and got a place on a merchant marine ship. The ship was captured, and Floyd spent some time as a prisoner of war in Germany. When he came home in 1945, he had severe headaches and finally went to Jamaica for treatment. He was sent to Canada for brain surgery and tragically died there. His body was sent to Jamaica for burial.
Rotary Central supports our National Gallery, now open free to the public, providing access to healing, renewal, and reflection through the arts. An opportunity to visit, to traverse Cayman Memory Lane, heritage, faces, places, voices, fabric, glimpsing a wider dimension of who we are, where we have come from. Join us at the National Gallery. You will see the Island of Women exhibition featuring 26 local artists exploring invaluable contributions that Caymanian women have made to developing Caymanian society. See the remarkable Bendel Heights Acquisition Showcase. Bendel is our Picasso. View salt water in their veins, a new exhibition featuring 45 local artists as they explore Cayman's legendary relationship with the oceans of the world. The National Gallery of the Cayman Islands. 8 exhibitions currently on show between Cayman Brac, Grand Cayman, and virtual tours online. The National Gallery in full compliance with safe distance and health requirements. Book your visit in advance to avoid waiting for entry. Call 945-8111. Rotary Central and the National Gallery of the Cayman Islands. Supporting wellness, healing in reflection. Rotary opens opportunities.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Our family at Cayman Insurance Center wishes to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the community for your loyal patronage during these challenging times. For 46 years, Cayman Insurance Center has worked to protect your family, and whilst our doors have been closed due to COVID-19, our staff are working remotely to serve your insurance needs. Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family. Your family's health is everything. Please do all that you can to protect it. From our Cayman Insurance Center family to yours, stay safe, stay Cayman strong. Thank you for supporting small and medium-sized businesses here on island.
Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates. Call them at 949-4657.
Business Buzz with your host, Sabrina Turner. Business Buzz with your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning and welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz, keeping the spotlight and hearing more about Animal House, which has been the premier pet food and suppliers to provide the Cayman Islands for over 15 years. They pride themselves in carrying top quality products for your furry, fuzzy, feathered, and feline friends, including puppies. Yes? They have a large selection of fresh and saltwater fish, a great selection of small animals and birds, and are certain to meet every animal lover's needs. Now, in studio telling us more about Animal House, I'm pleased to have Miss Christine Gillette. And now it's talking about the aquarium installation and maintenance. Please share with us, what is available to residential and commercial as it pertains to aquariums, ponds. Let's talk about installation and maintenance part of this.
Well, first of all, no job is too big or too small. That's definitely number one. We've got a fully stocked store with live, fresh fish, saltwater and fresh water. We do fresh plants as well. I guess at the moment it's a little bit because obviously the flights, we're not getting the fish in what we'd like, but hey, we're trying as best, and so we have 2 skilled technicians, one in store and one on the road. Obviously the one the Ed that goes on the road, he's more than happy to help service your tank. It doesn't matter if it's a 10-gallon tank or a 300-gallon tank. He's there happy to help and obviously offer all his knowledge to you. And then we have our guy in store who also is there to help. So the tanks that we have can be custom made. We have a varied selection. So, yeah.
Now, what does your professional pet, we're going straight now into grooming, pet grooming services consist of, and how convenient is it?
Well, I mean, we all work for a living, so sometimes washing his dogs, it takes that chunk out of his day that we just can't do. So obviously, bring him into Animal House. We're more than happy to obviously give your dog that full salon experience. We also have the state of the art. It's the only one on the island. It's a self dog wash machine. So even if you do want to, wash your own pet yourself, you can come in. You're not going to mess up your house. You're not going to, get all wet through. So yeah, we have the state of the art dog wash machine, and while you're there, you can get your dog's nails trimmed as well. Which is absolutely fantastic. We also do mobile grooming services. So for those people that, are stuck at home working, can't get out, it's great because we drive straight up to your door.
And I know my dogs love
Yes.
Jeff. Max
You
and Bella
do.
loves Jeff. Now let's talk about other pets that you cater to.
Okay, so we have small animals. We sell small animals in store. Guinea pigs, rabbits, hamsters, gerbils. Absolutely beautiful. Who doesn't want to play around with a bunny rabbit? So we also sell birds. We have a variety in store at the moment. Cockatiels, we have parakeets, we have African greys and cockatoos. So, which is absolutely fantastic. We have our own breeding facility in Cayman. So, they come right from there. So they're basically island raised, island born.
No, they're true Caymanians.
They're true Caymanians.
Now it is hurricane season. Are there products that you have to keep pets safe during the season? Tell us about that, if any.
Yeah, so our primary product that we use is by Thunderworks. Thunderworks do everything for the anxiety of dogs and cats. So we have Thunder shirts in store. They're absolutely brilliant. They hold the dog, make it feel, and the cat, make them feel, snug. We also do a lot of calming tablets and chews. We have homeopathic variations and holistic variations. So it depends, what suits you and obviously your pet best.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. We put the spotlight in. Hear more from Animal House this morning. In studio with me, I'm pleased to welcome Miss Christine Gillette of Animal House. This would not be possible without the sponsorship of Cayman Insurance Centre, celebrating 46 years of property, life, and other types of insurance products and services, and also proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies, providing quality pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, and consumer products. Give them a call today, 949-6211. Now, when you talk about a team and the importance of customer service feedback, how important and vital is that to a business operation?
Oh, absolutely vital. I mean, with everything, we always say one bad comment can turn a lot of people away. So we're always looking to hear from customers how we can better ourselves, how we can better provide. We also do special ordering services. So if somebody wants something specific, a particular type of dog food, because obviously if they've come to the island with their pet, they sometimes want to get what they're
accustomed to.
Accustomed to. So yeah, we're very open to that, and that's just what a business should do. Listen to the customers.
Now, you do those personalized tags.
Yes.
Talk about that service.
Okay, so we have two types of that. We've got the bespoke tags, which you actually can engrave yourself, which is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, we also have at both locations, we have a tag machine. And basically you can, go and get your pet's name.
Now, what if a family is going or traveling for whatever reason, let's say leaving island?
Yeah, so
does Animal House assist with that?
Yes, they do. So we work alongside Shauna Chin. She does the flight service, and then obviously we supply the goods. So we carry the airline approved carriers, whether or not it's in hold or to be in the aircraft.
So you're able to provide that service. We're going to take our final break for this segment of the show this morning. It's all about Animal House and hearing more from Miss Christine Gillette about their products, services. So we'll be right back after these messages.
As the community continues to take precautions from COVID-19, it is important to stay prepared for other disasters now that we're in the hurricane season. Here are some post-hurricane safety tips from the Department of Environmental Health. Cistern water designated for the purposes of drinking, cooking, and bathing must be disinfected before use after a hurricane. Simply leave the water for 1 minute after it begins to boil, or to disinfect with bleach, add 3 ounces of chlorine bleach to every 1,000 gallons of water. A residual bleach smell is an indicator that the water has been properly disinfected. For full guidance on post-hurricane safety tips, visit www.deh.gov.ky.
For 6 nights alone. No one could steer me right, but Mama tried your cheating heart. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. I'm a honky-tonk man.
Country classics.
She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good time tonight. On a Sunday morning sidewalk.
If you enjoy classic country music, come hang out with Radio K-Man this Saturday, 3:30 to 6 p.m.
I'm so lonesome I could cry. I'd love to wake up in your arms tomorrow, but I'm so afraid of losing you again.
This Saturday afternoon, following American Country Countdown, 3:30 to 6 on Radio K-Man.
Country classics. 89.9 Radio K-Man helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecasts, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio K-Man, 89.9 FM.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
On a daily basis, making it easy to connect with you, our listeners. Add us to WhatsApp today, 925-3261. That's 925-3261.
Radio Cayman.
Send a text or voice note.
Can I send a request, please?
You don't really have to ask us. Just send a request.
This is a shout out to my ex.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman, maintaining the innovation.
Business Buzz with your host, Sabrina Turner. Business Buzz with your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning and welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz, keeping the spotlight on Animal House with Miss Christine Gillette, representative from Animal House, with us this morning. Now, what factors determine the best food for dogs? Is it dry, canned, or does it depend on certain factors?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no one answer for that. Every pet is different. That's just an unfortunate of life. So we carry a varied. Obviously, I mean, you've been into the store. You know that we carry a lot of lines, and every single one is there to help. You know, you choose the best one for your pet. We also have the frozen section. Frozen, fresh food is absolutely great for dogs. The fresher, the better. So we carry the largest in Cayman of frozen pet foods. One of our biggest sellers is Primal.
Mm-hmm.
Primal is absolutely brilliant. We have, it comes in varied flavours. We also have the refrigerated selection, which is a fresh pet. That's also really a good nutritional diet for the dogs. But no, as far as kibble and wet food, as long as it's a nice balanced diet, it's good. I don't think you should feed your dog either one or the other on its own,
right.
But together definitely is really, really good.
Okay. Now let's talk about the staff and how important it is to have staff that are not well versed but educated about the products, the animals that you also sell, and to give advice to us who just fall in love with the eyes of those little dogs.
Yeah, it's hard to resist.
Are well versed in how they execute their services.
Yeah, so obviously, I mean, we're always hiring people. People come and go. They have, new paths to go on. So we're always trying to better the staff's knowledge of animals. So we obviously pass our knowledge from one person to the next. That's probably the best the way that we do it. We try and get the staff that are unsure in their areas to stand and listen to while a much more superior member of staff is answering the questions. We also have online education services for them to actually to do, to read up on, to do tests, and better their knowledge. So yeah.
That's good to know that you're walking into somewhere where it continues to educate about, because when you look at products, product lines, they're constantly developed. It's constantly evolving.
Oh, constantly. And, it's learning about different aspects, what causes allergies, what are the symptoms of certain allergies, and how we can better, provide that service to our customers, and, to let the customer know that, this is what it could be.
Now, what would you like to leave with our listening audience today as it pertains to the services, product line, and any other important information you'd like them to know?
Yeah, I mean, well, coming to store people. I mean, everybody, it's the best way is to come and chat to the staff, to come and see for yourself. We're also on Facebook and we're also on Instagram. So any products that, we've got coming out new, will be on there. Our business hours, again, Georgetown 8 to 6, Monday to Friday, Saturday from 8 to 5. And Countryside is 10 to 7, Monday to Friday, and 9 to 7 on Saturdays.
Well, Christine, it has been a pleasure speaking with you this morning, and
Likewise,
thank you
Sabrina.
for allowing us right here on the Business Buzz to promote Animal House, your services there, and we want to wish you all continued success. Keep up the great work.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned for more of the Business Buzz after the 8 o'clock news update, when we'll be putting the spotlight and hearing more from representatives from Carby and Filtration.
Thank you, Sabrina. And studio time now by Foster's is 7:58.
It's time to save big on your weekly shop, so hurry in to your local Foster's for these great deals.
We have select Prego pasta sauces, 2 for $4. Vicks Vapo Rub, $3.99 each, save $2. And Sea Best Raw Shrimp, 32 ounce, for only $9.99.
Price is good until the 5th of August, 2020. Pick up our weekly specials flyer in store or visit fosters.ky for more. Foster's, better prices because we care.
We give you honor and praise, adoration and glory.
Radio Cable.
Praise time.
Praise him, praise him. Come and let's praise the Lord. Come and let's praise the Lord. Praise him in the morning and in the evening. Oh, let's praise the Lord.
Praise time in the morning.
Praise him, praise him.
Weekdays 6 to 6:30 a.m.
Radio Cayman, waking you up.
Rock my soul in the blues of my favorite. Rock my soul in the blues of my favorite.
Praise time.
I know he cares. He'll always be there. Oh, yeah. Praise him, praise him, praise him, praise
Price time.
Set your clock for 6 a.m. or you will miss it.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Roadworks are continuing this week in Prospect. The National Roads Authority and a subcontractor are paving Dr. Tomlinson Roundabout this morning through 4 p.m. today. To help with these works, westbound traffic using Shamrock Road will be diverted onto Poindexter Road, while eastbound traffic will be diverted at the Dr. Tomlinson Roundabout onto Rex Crichton Boulevard. Motorists are being asked to keep watch for traffic diversions and to drive with caution to ensure safety of the work crews. If you're interested, you can email NRA at nra.ky with questions or comments regarding this project. The Alex Panton Foundation is the latest recipient of the Cayman Islands Real Estate Brokers Association Home is Where the Heart Is donation. Radio Cayman's Dion England has more.
The Cayman Islands Real Estate Brokers Association, known as CEREBA, has committed to donating 10,000 CI dollars a month to various charities and organizations on the islands through the end of 2020. Members of the Real Estate Association voted to donate the funds for July to the Alex Panton Foundation, presenting a check for $10,000, which will be used for the Emotional Literacy Program. The program is offered free to all primary school-aged children in the Cayman Islands, as well as to all ages with special needs. It helps develop their own positive strategies to deal with problems through engaging activities, listening to stories, discussion, games, role play, and drawing. Reporting for Radio Cayman News, I'm Dion Anglin.
Charities or service organizations who wish to be considered for future donations can email dena@cereba.com. In regional news, a 7-year-old child whose dreadlocked hairstyle stoked a constitutional kerfuffle is expected to resume classes in September, despite a court ruling that her rights were not breached when the school sought to block her enrollment. Chairman of the Kingston Primary School Board, Bishop Alvin Bailey, said the child, who was 5 at the time of the initial standoff, still, quote, has a place in the school. Bailey told the Jamaican Gleaner Monday night the child has been there all along from first grade on through the entire second grade, and the child is expected to report to school in September when the school reopens. The bishop added from the very onset of the case the child was never barred from the school. But that narrative contrasts with the story of the parents, Dale and Shireen Virgo. The Supreme Court had granted an injunction for the child to attend the school after Jamaicans for Justice filed a motion on behalf of the child and her parents in August 2018. The Virgo's daughter was initially allowed to attend summer classes at the institution for a few weeks prior to August 29th, 2018's official opening of the school, when her parents were given an ultimatum to remove her dreadlocks. Mrs. Virgo confirmed that the family was informed from the first week of July 2018 during orientation that their daughter's locks would need to be removed once school officially started. The child had no issue while attending summer school. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. The Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa has warned that he will flush out opponents of his government as the security forces continue to arrest activists. In an address to the nation, he accused opposition parties and foreign countries of acts of destabilisation and aggression. There's growing international criticism of alleged abuses in Zimbabwe. Tens of millions of people in and around the Philippine capital Manila have been ordered to stay at home after the number of confirmed coronavirus cases doubled in less than a month. Most shops have been ordered to close and public transport has been halted for 2 weeks. Reports in the Spanish media suggest the country's former king, Juan Carlos, has travelled to the Dominican Republic after deciding to leave Spain. Juan Carlos has been implicated in a corruption investigation. The president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, has accused Russia of lying about what he claims to be a plot to use mercenaries to destabilise the country. He was speaking as early voting began in an election in which he's seeking a 6th consecutive term. China's foreign ministry has accused the United States of outright bullying after the Trump administration urged the U.S. wing of the social media app TikTok to be sold to an American company. Beijing said this went against the World Trade Organization's principles. New guidance from health officials in the UK has warned that popular painkillers such as paracetamol should not be prescribed to treat chronic pain conditions. The advice said such medicines could do more harm than good and lead to addiction. BBC News.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
The Weather Report is proudly sponsored by Super Stitch Sewing and Fabric Center, your one-stop household store at 39 Pasador Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best prices in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
Super Stitch. We are known for our amazing fabrics, top quality tailoring and dressmaking. But did you know that we also carry trimmings, glitter, sequins, acrylic paints for fabrics and craft, floral wire, glues, markers, foam balls, and assorted ribbons? Yes, we do. You have a do-it-yourself project? Just pop into Super Stitch and see what we have in store for you. There is a craft item for your every need.
My favorite, the beads, glass ones, flat, and even those shell ones.
Super Stitch, your one-stop household store at 39 Pasadora Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best prices in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
Pleasure. Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 82 degrees. Relative humidity is 86%. The barometric pressure is 29.96 inches and rising. The winds are calm. Overnight low temperature was 77 degrees. Synopsis indicates scattered thunder showers along with light winds and seas are expected across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours as a tropical wave moves across the northwest Caribbean. Radar images show scattered showers in and around the Cayman area moving towards the west. The National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida is issuing advisories on Tropical Storm Isaias, which at last check was located near 37.7 north, 76.8 west. It's about 15 miles of Tappahannock, Virginia, with a maximum sustained wind speed of 70 miles per hour and moving towards the north-northeast at 33 miles per hour. The system poses no threat to the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands National Weather Service will continue to monitor the progress of the system. Now, the forecast for today and tonight for the Cayman Islands is calling for partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a 40% chance of showers and thunder. Showers will be locally heavy at times, and temperatures will be in the upper 80s today and will fall to the upper 70s tonight. Winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be smooth with wave heights of less than 2 feet. Gusty winds and rough seas are expected near heavy showers. Today's high tide will occur this morning at 9:48, low tide this afternoon at 3:55, and a high tide again tonight at 10:36. The sun will set this evening at 6:58 and will rise tomorrow morning at 4 minutes past 6. And the outlook is calling for a decrease in showers from tomorrow evening as the tropical wave moves out of the Cayman area. That's the very latest on your weather report.
Superstitch Sewing and Fabric Center was the proud sponsor of the Weather Report, your one-stop shop for all of your household items, craft items, jewelry, beads, and decorations, and much more. Call Superstitch at 949-2833 or email customer care at superstitch.com.ky.
Super Stitch. We are known for our amazing fabrics, top quality tailoring and dressmaking. But did you know that we also carry trimmings, glitter, sequins, acrylic paints for fabrics and craft, floral wire, glues, markers, foam balls, and assorted ribbons? Yes, we do. You have a do-it-yourself project? Just pop into Super Stitch and see what we have in store for you. There is a craft item for your every need.
My favorite, the beads, glass ones, flat, and even those shell ones.
Super Stitch, your one-stop household store at 39 Pasadora Place, Smith Road. Still offering the best prices in town. Call 949-2833 or go to superstitch.com.ky.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Hey, good morning. Let's take a look at what's happening on the roads. Coming from the Westway 4-way stop, moderate flow of traffic, and traffic on Shedmer looking pretty good. It's flowing nicely. Light traffic on Northern Roberts Drive. Busy traffic in some sections of Carew Road, other sections of Carew Road, steady traffic. And as we look to the east on Shamrock Road, traffic flowing moderately, as well as on the Linford Pearson Highway. And from now until 4 p.m. this afternoon, paving works will continue in the vicinity of the Tomlinson roundabout. And to help with these works, westbound traffic using Shamrock Road will be diverted onto Pondexter Road, while eastbound traffic will be diverted at the Tomlinson roundabout onto Rex Crichton Boulevard. Motorists have been asked to keep watch for traffic diversions and to drive with caution to ensure safety of the work crews. Looking towards downtown Georgetown on Edward Street, traffic light. Owen Roberts Drive light traffic. On the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is moderate in both directions. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, traffic flowing moderately. That's the very latest on your traffic. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 for another look at traffic. Remember, click it or ticket. Have a good morning.
Our subs made your way with multiple ordering and delivery options. Subway is making it easy for you to enjoy your favorite sandwiches, pizzas, and salads by offering delivery until 10 p.m. from West Bay to Boddentown. $5 delivery fee, no minimum order. Call the Subway location nearest to you or simply WhatsApp your order to 929-4658. You can also order Subway from Let's Eat or the Bento app, or visit our Anderson Square, Centennial Towers, West Shore Center, Industrial Park, East End, Windham, and Countryside Shopping Village. Visit Subway Cayman's Facebook and Instagram page for current store hours. Subway, eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Find your way back. Find your way back. Are we back on?
The dedication.
Black show. The season of dedication. Dedication.
Well, I think the sooner we get started, the better. Why not August 5th?
August 5th is a perfect date. Why is that date flagged?
Because it's Ayana's birthday, we need to get her on the show.
Our word of the week is dedication. dedication. It is a noun, means the quality of being dedicated or committed to a task or purpose.
That sounds just like Ayana.
That's why we need her on the show. So join us this Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
Or you can join us on YouTube Live.
Yeah, Bobo. You Flex Show.
For all people, by young people.
You Flex, more than talk.
Or we can get ready and touch the road and go to church. Church.
Them a call me the church boy. So me tell them go to church every day.
You Flex Show.
The show is You Flex. The audience, make it be you. This coming Wednesday.
I reckon You Flex, more than talk.
Business Buzz with your host, Sabrina Turner. Business Buzz with your host, Sabrina Turner.
Good morning and welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. In this segment, we speak with representative from Carby Infiltration company, Cayman Islands, as we learn more about the company and what they offer. In studio, I'm pleased to be joined with business manager, Miss Diana Dilbert. Welcome back to our show and good morning.
Thank you, Sabrina. Good morning.
Give us some sense on how the company, Carby Infiltration, got its start and the main aim of the organization.
Well, Alex Dilbert, the owner of the business, started Eco House 6 years ago with the main goal of have an energy-sufficient, sustainable product and service they can offer to the island, and it was air conditioning and spray foam. And within the developing of the business, we realized the need of the air filters, which we change every 3 months, every quarter. Mm-hmm. So Carby Infiltration joined as a sister company 6 months ago.
Okay. Now, how viable is local manufacturing? Because I understand that these filters are manufactured here on island.
That's correct. So with our experience, especially over the last 3 months, we proved that manufacturing is viable, and it's actually more important having the raw materials where you can produce the product within the island. And I know because of our size and population, we're very limited in the things that we can produce. But air filters is definitely it's a bulky item. It takes a lot of space and time to also ship that from abroad, which was done the case before. So now by having all the raw materials and being able to manufacture air filters here on island and also cater to our consumers, you require all different sizes. We just proved that this is definitely a great product to have, and manufacturing definitely works in the Cayman Islands.
Tell us about the air filters and their availability through Carby and Filtration.
So we have, I would say, about 75 different sizes that we currently list on our website, which vary from 1 to 5 inch in depth in all different sizes. The standard, they're used for residential or commercial buildings. We also have the ability and the equipment to make any custom size filter. So if the customer comes to us and he requires a very particular size, it's the same like resizing the ring. We can cater their needs and make the filter that's required for to fit the equipment, the grills.
Now, can persons order their filters if they know their sizes? Can these be ordered online? How does that process work?
Of course. So we have the website Infiltration.com where any person can go and register. So it's any e-commerce website. You put the filters, you choose your sizes, put them in the cart, check out, and we deliver them directly to your door. So a lot of people are very excited that they can just set up a reminder every 3 months, so they don't have to worry about it. They just repeat the order every 3 months, and by the time they get home from work, the filters are just waiting for them outside the door.
And people tend to change their filters whenever their air conditioning system requires servicing. But we've learnt the importance of changing their filters midway through servicing.
That's correct. So a lot of aspects that come into changing the air filters and depends on the habits of the household. So we have two different type of air filters, which is Merv 8 and Merv 11. So Merv is minimum efficient rating value, which means it's like a spider web, which captures all the dust and other particles that circulate in the air. So they just basically simply gets removed. So as your air circulates within your household, for example, if you have someone who, let's say, is unwell, they'll be sneezing. Obviously, as we experienced the last 3 months, it was very crucial for people to change the air filters even as often as every 4 weeks. Because everything that circulates in your air gets captured and trapped in the air filter. So when you remove and dispose it, you remove and dispose all the airborne bacteria, the dust, the dander from the pets. And obviously, the more time we spend home, the more often you should change your air filters. So we had a lot of customers and commercial businesses that changed their habits in the last 3 months, where they required the higher efficiency filters. They also preferred changing the air filters more often. And from experience, I can say that some of the hotels, even in the Cayman Islands, while they're doing the staycation, they change the air filters. Every single person checks out the room.
Oh, good to know.
Just simply display they care for hygiene and health and well-being for all the customers.
That's excellent to know. Now, share with us how your company was able to adapt and respond to the pandemic by manufacturing face masks here on island.
Well, that's a very interesting story. I'm sure everyone has a COVID-19 story by now. So Alex and I, we were, like everyone else, shut down. I think it was last week of March. Both of our businesses, Eco House, who works in the construction, and Carew Infiltration, the manufacturers air filters. But because of the nature of our business, we got approached by the doctor's hospital asking if we can make air filters, HEPA air filters with specific design filters for the hospital to help them to filter the hospital's air, because we were preparing for pandemic, and also to see if we can use our material, which is the media, which, as I mentioned, synthetic blend that can capture the airborne bacteria. We can adapt and make facial coverings for the doctors and the nurses. So this is what initial idea was born. And then as we moved into the first week of April, where we had a big concern of not being able to import any PPE into the island, and when the container got confiscated, I think, in the United States, and the government expressed even larger concern not having access to PPE. So this is where we stepped in. They said, okay, well, this is a gap in the market. We have to help. And that's when we started. And surprisingly, I think our launch date of the facial masks was April the 6th. And design that we came up because we wanted to make something that would be reusable, not necessarily environment friendly, but obviously you think about the size of our population and how many PPE would need to cater to 60,000 people and how many we can make. So we made 100% cotton facial masks that can be washed and disinfected. And we used our filter media, Merv 11, which can capture them up to 0.1 microns, the bacteria of that size, which is the size of the coronavirus. And we put those filter inserts inside the masks. So basically, mask is just acts as a covering or the product that can hold the filter, and the filter actually traps all the bacteria. And we launched our product within, I would say, 3 days of coming up with the concept. And it was just, we were very, very, very surprised with the response that we received. So I think logistically, we're not prepared to respond. So I think for the first 2 weeks, Alex and I, we didn't sleep at all. It was emails and phone calls, and it was a very big demand. And obviously, we didn't want to let anyone down. We want to service everyone. So it was a very tough time. And then we managed to catch up with the demand. And we're just very happy that all the resources that we used to produce face masks and everything that we received in terms of people obviously paying for the product went back into the economy. So we contributed back to the economy. And now every time I still go around, I go Carew. So anywhere I go, I see people wearing face masks. So it makes me feel really good that we actually did our small portion of contribution to this pandemic.
Now, are your masks still available for purchase?
Yes, that's correct. So we still have them in stock. We stopped the production because I think was at the beginning of June, because the island, I think now everyone is prepared and everyone's already outsourced the product, and our face masks are reusable. So people that have purchased already have in stock. We still produce the filters because the filter insert is something you need to dispose after every use.
Right.
And as I mentioned, comparing to other products that are available, which are disposable face masks like N95 or the surgical mask, which are great. But I've noticed what people do, they buy this and they use the same mask, which defeats the whole purpose of wearing the mask. So the whole purpose of wearing a mask is it captures the particles either from outside or mainly from within yourself. And you're supposed to dispose it after every use. So when you take the mask, I think that's the whole concept. And I think at this stage we're lucky that we at the suppression level, I think down 1, 2 or 1. I'm not following, but so people are relaxed and they're using the same product. But I think in the long term, I just want people to remember that the purpose of using a face mask is to protect yourself and others. And disposable masks need to be worn only once and disposed. And if you'd like to have a product that lasts you a long time, you can buy a reusable face masks with interchangeable ear filters. So
now, if persons would like to place an order, what are the contact details? How can they get their hands on this product?
Okay, so our products is also available at our website, which is carbyinfiltration.com. We also partnered with A.L. Thompson. The Thompson's family, they're very supportive of the local economy, and they place our product at the store. So our mask also available for purchase at A.L. Thompson or on our website. And the same applies for the ear filters
as well. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll learn more about the texture. We're going to go a little bit more into that, the texture of air filters. We'll even talk about the types of filters for HVAC. We'll understand what that acronym means as well. And even though we've spoken about how often you should change your filters, with so many of us working from home, spending longer hours at home, and just overall educating ourselves with the importance of exactly how the air conditioning works and how the air constantly circulates. You may think it goes back outside. Oh no, it stays inside. That's why you should change your filters more often. We'll hear more about that when we come back after this short break.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with K-Man Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. K-Man Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Carew Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
We know there has been a lot of changes, and K-Man Medical Supplies is here for the community. From gloves and sanitizers to mandatory supplies, including masks. Hours are now Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. till noon. Free delivery island-wide.
Important announcement for Caymanian tourism sector employees. The Ministry of Tourism's Displaced Tourism Employees Stipend has reopened for new registrants only until August 7. Caymanian tourism sector employees who have not yet applied for stipend program and are no longer employed are encouraged to apply via the online portal stipend.ourcayman.ky by August 7th. For more information, email stipend@caymanislands.ky.
Business Buzz with your host, Sabrina Turner. Business Buzz with your host, Sabrina Turner.
Welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, and we keep the spotlight in our second segment on Carby Infiltration, which is a sister company of Eco House, and both companies are in line with supporting the local green movement that supports sustainable growth of the Cayman Islands by making people's homes and businesses more energy efficient. Their products and services range from air conditioning, spray foam installation, and filter manufacturing. I'm pleased to have in studio telling us more this morning is business manager of Carby Infiltration, Miss Diana Dilbert. Now, let's talk about the texture. I know you mentioned this just before that break, but you go a little bit more into the texture of the air filters and what they're made of. Exactly.
Of course. So the air filter is made from the synthetic blend media, which is a material that is housed in the cardboard frame. And the reason we need the cardboard frame because it can keep the filter in the grill, right? Mm-hmm. So it needs that sort of like structure. It also has the wire mesh that covers the media. Is more for the structural purposes. So the media actually does all the job. And as I mentioned before, we have two types of media, which is the material, is Merv 8 and Merv 11. And what they do, they remove the particles from the air. And the difference is the capacity of the media to remove certain size of particles. Obviously, the smaller the particle, the higher the efficiency, the smaller the particles you can remove from the air. So from the household and the businesses, can go anything from as 0.1 milligrams, which is the airborne bacteria, up to the dust, dandruff, smoke, while you cook in your household, your pet's hair. So everything gets captured in the air filter. So it just should be a habit for everyone. As you clean your house, you dust your shelves, you should change your air filters. So number one is for the health factors. Number two, especially during the summer, we have a big increase in the electricity. And obviously 60% of electricity is consumed by the air conditioning. Yes. And the way the air conditioning is designed, obviously it removes the air from your household for the grills, filters from the air filter. So this is when it is removed and comes back through the supply grill, and it circulates. So if your air filter gets clogged, the air conditioning has to work twice as hard to remove and resupply the air into your space. So it means that consumes twice as much electricity. So if we're talking about the energy efficiency, the first step is changing your air filters on a more regular basis. It could save you a lot on electricity. And just to give you idea, the air filters could be anything between $5 to $10 a piece. So for the regular household, you need between 3 to 5 air filters. So it's definitely a very cost-efficient way to make the first step towards a more sustainable, energy-efficient property.
Excellent breakdown, and you can see where one spin off from the other, because like you rightfully say, with a clogged air filter, it causes your air conditioning to pull much more. therefore using a lot more energy, and you're going to also see that reflected on that CUC bill. We don't need that. So I want you to give Carby Infiltration a call. Again, those contact details to see if they can assist you definitely with ordering your next supply of filters. And those contact numbers are, Diana?
Yes, so office number is 947-1234. You can always reach us during the business hours. And our website is carbyinfiltration.com.
Now, we've been speaking about HVAC, and I've heard you mention numerous times Merv. Can you break it down so that we can all understand exactly, when you use these acronyms, what it's for?
Of course. So HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. And Merv, so this is applied to the air conditioning. So here in the Cayman Islands, we use the short version AC, just air conditioning, because we don't use the heating as such. But this is kind of international terminology. Standard. And for the filters, it's the Merv rating, I think, which was invented or came up with in 1900s in the United States by the same company who invented the HVAC terminology, and stands for medium energy rating value. So what that means, it means that it calculates the size of the particles that can be removed by the media which is housed in the air filter.
Okay. Now, does the higher Merv rating restrict airflow any?
Yes and no. It's a good question. So every air conditioning system is designed to house certain filters. So for the household, we always recommend air filters between 8, maybe maximum up to 13. In the Cayman Islands, we supply Merv 8 and Merv 11, which is more than enough to cater the regular household. So I would say a Merv 8 is a standard air filter that removes all the larger particles. A Merv 11 we recommend for people that have allergies, that have pets, people in higher risk, people, let's say, if you're going through an illness and you just want to have a slightly higher quality of the air, they should use the Merv 11 air filter, which a standard household is absolutely fine with the Merv 8. And they also should consider the period, how long the filter stays. So see, Merv 11 is the high efficiency filter, which means it captures more particles, which means it has to be replaced more often to allow good airflow.
Now, who do you mostly cater to? Is it residential, commercial, or both?
We do both. Actually, we launched in December last year, and we had a great response. So we currently supply air filters for most of the hotels, the commercial businesses, complexes, or residential houses, other resellers on islands. So instead of importing air filters from abroad, they actually buy from us. So we've been so grateful for the support from the local businesses and other air conditioning companies who also go and do preventive maintenance service at people's homes. So they actually purchase air filters from us. So we had a great support, and it just proved how well this business community is designed to cater and support each other. So we're very, very grateful.
Now, what services do you offer when it comes to air conditioning?
Okay, so for Eco House, as mentioned, our first company offers number one installation of air conditioning, replacement, preventive maintenance. So we cater to any air conditioning needs. We are official distributor of Samsung product, which is the VRF system, which is designed to have the variable speed and multiple zones in the houses. So it's kind of a high efficiency product. But at the same time, we can help our customers with any other brand that they currently have in their property or any brand of their choosing. We also offer a spray foam insulation, which goes hand to hand with the air conditioning. So we can spray foam inside layer of your roof, which will insulate your property and your attic. So the heat doesn't penetrate inside your attic, which allows the air conditioning take a break and don't have to run as much to cool down your property. And interestingly enough, so the summer, number one, we, as everyone else, Eco House had a few months of break before returning back to work with the construction. And people had some funds released from the pension funds. So we've been very, very busy trying to cater everyone. But I'm glad that people are making the investment. It's kind of like a long-term investment because spray foam is something that will save you on the electricity bill and pay for itself within a few years. So
that's been keeping you busy.
Exactly, indeed.
Now, I believe government introduced a green loan where people can take out a loan with low interest if they wish to invest into making their homes more efficient. How important is this initiative to the type of services that you offer?
Well, I was very glad, actually. I wrote the article. I didn't write the article. Sorry, I read the article. I wish I did. But it's actually James Whittaker, who's the owner of Pro Solar, which is a solar company.
Mm-hmm.
So he wrote the article, and the goal is to boost the economy in different sectors where we can have more employment opportunities for the locals and just bring money into the, obviously support the economy and bring money into the economy, and at the same time allow people to have more long-term investment and efficiency in their properties. So a green loan, I think, goes anything from air conditioning, fixing up your roof or spray foaming your roof, to the solar panels, anything that you wish to do to your property to make it more energy efficient.
Mm-hmm.
That would support that investment. And as I said, there are different aspects you can do. So number one, I would say, if you were to break it down per expenditure bracket. So number one, you can change your air filters, which within $20 to $30 of your budget, let's say every 3 months. The next stage would be, I would say, spray foaming your property, your roof, which could decrease your energy bill by 40%. I think the third step, which is slightly more expensive, it's changing your air conditioning system.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the last step would be putting the solar panels. So EcoHouse doesn't offer that product just yet, but we're definitely looking into that in the long run, because we aim obviously to be the company as just one-stop shop where people can be catered to all of their needs when it comes to the housing and energy efficiency.
Now, with all the products and services that are sold by Carby and Filtration and EcoHouse, having a versed and versed team of people, a crew, must be important. Share with us about your team and how Carby and Filtration supports the employment for locals.
Of course, so Carby and Filtration offers employment for the Caymanians. So we do not require any specific education, because we are happy to take people on the apprenticeship level and train them.
Mm-hmm.
And they can even move up to work in our air conditioning field. And we always, all our roles always advertised on the Jobs Cayman website, which is it's a new website designed by the government. So everyone exactly. So they can always apply and can always contact us directly. My email is sales@caribbeanfiltration.com. So if anyone is looking for the opportunities, they're very welcome to come and join our production team. We have a great accounting lady. Her name is Janet. That she's a Caymanian. So she holds all the four corners of our business, as I say, and she makes sure she's there to make sure that everything's intact. But overall, we're looking to give opportunity for Caymanians to learn a trade and come and join us and make something of themselves here within the Cayman Islands. It relates back to the story where Alex Delbert is also a Caymanian who simply just learned a trade. He came back to the Cayman Islands and just started his own business, wanting to contribute and give back to his country.
Right. If you're just joining us, good morning and welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz, that is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Centre and Cayman Medical Supplies. We're putting the spotlight on our second guest for this morning and hearing more from Carby and Filtration. Now, the aim of Carby and Filtration is to be the premier HVAC filter manufacturer and supplier in the Cayman Islands. Now, they believe in creating a quality product at a fair price and guarantee the efficiency of the filters they produce is truly a breath of fresh air. And telling us more is business manager Miss Diana Dilbert. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, you want to get your hand on these filters? We'll share with you what outlets carry their products. We'll share some website information, and we'll also give you some feedback of what it's like being a customer of Carby and Filtration. Keep it locked to the Business Buzz for more after these messages.
Our family at Cayman Insurance Center wishes to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the community for your loyal patronage during these challenging times. For For 46 years, Cayman Insurance Center has worked to protect your family. And whilst our doors have been closed due to COVID-19, our staff are working remotely to serve your insurance needs. Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family. Your family's health is everything. Please do all that you can to protect it. From our Cayman Insurance Center family to yours, stay safe, stay Cayman strong. Thank you for supporting small and medium-sized businesses here on island.
Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates. Call them at 949-4657.
Attention parents and guardians. The upcoming school year will begin on August 26. Registrations are ongoing. Any child who's 5 years old by August 31st must be enrolled in an approved educational program, including government, private, or homeschooling. Detailed student registration guidelines and forms are available at the Department of Education Services website at schools.edu.ky or by emailing edu.registration@gov.ky.
You can also visit our Facebook page at Education Cayman.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
We know there has been a lot of changes, and Cayman Medical Supplies is here for the community. From gloves and sanitizers to mandatory supplies, including masks. Hours are now Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. till noon. Free delivery island-wide.
Business Buzz with your host, Sabrina Turner. Business Buzz with your host, Sabrina Turner.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz right here on Radio Cayman as we keep the spotlight and hear more from Carby and Filtration. Now, what outlets carry your products?
Well, currently we supply the CEL, which is more the wholesale supplier. We also in talks with A.L. Thompson in placing our filters, just finalizing the design details. Our facial mask already in the store. So this is our aim to be able to not only allow customers come to us directly to purchase the filters, where mainly is the businesses. For the residential customers, we want to have an option where they can order and have filters delivered for their convenience, or if they prefer to go and collect the ear filters, they can just stop at A.L. Thompson's store and pick up ear filters on the way home, because our warehouse is not designed to be a retail store.
Understood.
So we prefer delivering. We also have the Cayman air conditioning, which is also yet again more applicable for the businesses. And for residents, I would say you can go on our website and order ear filters for the delivery. Or if you prefer to purchase ear filters, they'll be available very, very soon at A.L. Thompson. We can just stop and purchase the ear filters on the way home.
Which goes straight into the importance of having a website. How important is that for your business, and how did it come into play during COVID-19?
Oh, okay, well, that's my favorite question, Sabrina. So we're so lucky because our website was fully functioning and designed to be an e-commerce website for our ear filters. So during the COVID-19, when we introduced a new product, which was the PPE, it simply was 24 hours, the turnaround to add the product on the website. And this is what made us the number one company in supplying the PPE at the time, because no one else who had the logistics or facilities or even the website to do so in such a fast pace. So I think within the first 2 weeks, the whole month of April, we received like hundreds and thousands of orders every single day. I'm surprised our website didn't crash, but we received a lot of orders from customers, and we're able to process all of them and deliver all the products. So I think having the infrastructure, it was so important and for us to be able to go through this period. And yet again, we were, as a business, we were taking courses and advice from Chamber of Commerce, which is another great organization. I think they have a lot of talented people, and I attended quite a few courses where they're giving advice for business and how they can repurpose themselves during this period. And I think everyone just did such a great and amazing job in supporting one another to get us to where we are today.
Now, understanding that that was a huge peak for your business, and this is something that all micro and small business actually dream of having. Yours happened to come thanks to a pandemic, or no thanks. You can look at it both ways of the coin. It was good that you had what you needed in place in order to deal with this boom. Now, have you seen it tapered off a little bit? And what do you have to do, or what do you plan to put in place for your organization to keep not only relevant, but to also continue to grab the interest in your consumers of your product and services?
Of course. Well, I think just having the ear filters, it's a very, very big market for it in the Cayman Islands, and we still are facing the new companies and new customers that come to us on the every single day. They just learn or just hear about us, or they just notice that people are using our products. So we're very, very excited that we're still in the first year of operating, and we still have new customers that come to us. So we never had an issue of not having work. And I think it goes back to the design of the business. So yet again, this business model was very well thought through, and Alex himself worked on it for the last 3 years.
Before.
Exactly. So the filter itself as a product seems quite simple, but there's a lot of science that goes into making it. And obviously we wanted to make sure that we selected and outsourced the best raw material to provide the best product, because we just really want to stand by our brand. And if taken us 3 years and traveling, from China to the United States and all around the world, getting to where we are today with our factory and being able to manufacture any type of product that comes to related to filtration. We also have the ability to make the cardboard boxes, or as it now facial masks and other products, which I think we might have focused at the later stage, but for the time being, we want to make sure that our first line of products, which is the ear filters, are here in the market. We definitely have the most competitive price comparing to anyone else here on the island. Even if you were to purchase the product in the United States and ship it here, by the time you pay the shipping, the duties, probably you will get the same price. And because the filters are fairly fragile, they can easily damage through the shipping. So we're very certain of our product quality and the price. So I think this is the only advice I can give to the small businesses as they, let's say, moving forward for this ever-changing economy, or maybe some people are starting new businesses, is just to evaluate the market and what's actually needed, because there's a big trend, as we discussed earlier, in what people consider a luxury or was a necessity product. So I think it's a big shift on people focusing on the necessity products. And since we were able to provide necessity product during pandemic, and we still have a necessity product, which is very important in the Cayman Islands, which is all summer, all year round. Air conditioning is running 24/7. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that we continue with our growth.
Now, your husband, Alex, as you rightly said, put a lot of emphasis. He did a lot of research, and that included travel. For those aspiring entrepreneurs, we know that the government had an initiative where trade and business, I think that ended on the 31st of July, for free trade and business license. And that's to boost the economy and probably searching for new entrepreneurs, new business, to give them that first push. How did you know, or how did both of you know, that you were headed down the road in making an investment, starting this business was right fit, not only for the local market, not only for the economy, but there must have been something within you that gave you that drive to continue to know that you were on the right path? What was that like?
Okay, well, I have to give all credit to Alex, right? Because we've only been married for
that's fair
3 years, right? But when I joined Alex in his business, also he shared his ideas, and at the time we only had Eco House, but because we worked in the air conditioning field, we were observing the trends every single day. So we're living and breathing the business, and we're just very lucky that we both are entrepreneurs. We're just really passionate about the business, and we live and breathe, as I said, the ideas. So when we came up with the idea of Carby Infiltration, I think it comes a lot into research and observation, and there was no rush to this business. So it wasn't something that we came up overnight and then we launched the business the next day, which is, I think there are big trends with the technology, which is great. But our business simply came for many years of experience working in the field and realizing what's the demand in the market. So we knew that the business is going to work. The only thing is how we make it work. So I think where most entrepreneurs, sometimes they have a brilliant idea, but putting together a business, a lot comes into it. So number one, outsourcing material. Number one, financials is very important.
Yes.
So I know a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't have education in the finances and they can't afford to hire an accountant. But I think it's very, very important that you to do your financial projections, especially for the first a year or two, because you don't necessarily get your money back right away, because you have to make a large investment. And even if your company is profitable and doing really, really well, it doesn't, you're still getting your money back from when you invested. So theoretically, you're not making profit until a few years later.
So you don't expect to see any huge returns instantaneously, is what you're saying. So patience.
That's correct. So patience, and also I think it's very, very important for new entrepreneurs, if you don't have financial background, please ask auntie, uncle, if you can, or someone that who does have financial background, just help you to get through the numbers, because it's very, very important for any business owner, as we faced during the COVID-19. They need to be prepared for the slow times, for the fast times. You have to make sure your staff is always paid, and there's so many moving parts that comes with the business. So this is the advice I would give, and that's something that I've learned from Alex more than anyone else about the budgeting.
Exactly.
So it's very, very important, a part on top of having a good business idea. And the last thing I'd like to say is the quality of your product. So especially if we're in the Cayman Islands, because we live in this very small community, and it's a word of mouth. So, you can't feel your customers. I've seen that a lot happen with the restaurants and other businesses where they next to each other, and one business is doing extremely well and the other business is not doing so well, and they're just both right there in front of people. So I think if you are providing quality product, you can expect returning customers, and they're going to recommend you to all their friends. So until day, I have calls on Sunday or WhatsApps, people saying, "Oh, my friend recommended, can you please come and look at my air conditioner? Or can you please sell me a face mask?" And we made friends with our customers, and because we sincerely care about their businesses, about their feedback, and we're always there to work with them and respond and just give them the product they deserve, because there's no shortcut in the Cayman Islands. You just right there in front of everyone.
It's true. Which leads straight into this question: what is the feedback been like from your customers relating to your products and services?
The feedback's been great. So number one, as I said, for the air conditioning, we've been in the market for many years, and we have very loyal returning customers, which we are very happy about. In terms of Carby Infiltration, being a new business, we started supplying our customers as soon as we launched the business, and our customer base is just growing every day. So the feedback has been great, especially for the commercial businesses. People are very, very grateful that they can avoid having to order air filters in the United States, pack it in a large container and ship it, and then store it here, which obviously takes extra labor cost, extra facility rent to store the air filters. So they're really very, very pleased with the logistics that we provide, where they can order the filters and it's delivered directly to your door on the time of need. The residential customers are very happy with the ability to have the air filters delivered to their door, because it makes it very convenient. We always remind them when the filters are due to be changed. So just make everyone's lives easier and more convenient. So apart from providing great product, we provide the logistics that goes behind it to help people to have the product available right away.
Okay. Now, moving forward, what can we expect as you continue to grow from strength to strength? We're happy that you were able to step up to the plate, and you were one of the business operations here in Cayman that actually COVID drew a lot more attention to your company. But what more can we expect from Carby Infiltration in the future?
From Carby Infiltration, we're going to continue working on expanding our filtration business, and we can introduce new product lines, which could be the cardboard containers that restaurants use to store or sell their takeout boxes. So they're using plastics, so something more sustainable. And we do have the equipment, but our main goal is to focus on catering to the local consumers here. In terms of eco-house, we're looking at the solar panels as well, which is ever-growing trend, but it's still a few years away from now. In terms of the Caribbean Filtration and the region where we add, there is no one in the whole of the Caribbean Filtration that manufactures bleed air filters. So we do have an idea to expand to other countries in the long run.
Now, when you look at manufacturing local and you look at the small percentage of manufacturing companies here, what were was there any apprehension or doubt, understanding that we don't have a lot of things being manufactured here? I know yourselves, there's artesian metals, which is a skill set in itself. But when you look at manufacturing overall, what would you say for those who may be thinking, oh, we're too small for that, or, just a little bit nervous to take that step in beginning phases of manufacturing? What would you say to those?
Well, I think the last 3 months was a perfect example when our borders were closed and we're very limited to receiving supplies from abroad. When I would say, Cayman relies heavily on the supplies on the imports.
Right.
We had all the products here and we're able to produce and manufacture the products that are a necessity in the Cayman Islands. So more than anything, I would encourage everyone to look into different industries and different products here in the Cayman Islands and see what can be done, because I think the island, yes, it is small, but at the same time we have a lot of talented people and we have resources, and there's definitely opportunity to introduce a new manufacturing, I would say, businesses here in the Cayman Islands. Big thing is food. I like to eat local as much as I can. So I think maybe supporting farmers and growing the food supply, I think it's a very big industry. So yeah, I would just encourage everyone. Now we're in an ever-changing world, and there's never been a better opportunity to look into, I wouldn't say starting something new, but new creative ideas, how to make us more self-sufficient as a country and as an island. Because we learned that we never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
It's true. When you look at even all the frontline staff and how some of those industries, some of those jobs were actually looked upon, I have to say it for what it is, and they became key and essential staff during the pandemic, putting themselves on the front line to provide us the service. Yes, if this hasn't woken us up and give the respect for everyone, it doesn't matter what tier or the organizational chart that you fall, everyone has a role to play, and I hope that this has shed a light on it. Now, again, what is the best way to keep up to date with Carby and Filtration and even the sister company Eco House?
Of course, we welcome people to visit our website, which is CaribbeanFiltration.com or EcoHouseCayman.com, and you're always welcome to give us a call. Our number is 947-1234. And if someone wants to contact me personally, my email is sales@CaribbeanFiltration.com, and we're happy to welcome any people that want to join our company and work with us, new customers or people who want to cooperate or maybe came up with the new ideas they would like to share, maybe need advice.
I've been speaking with my guest this morning, business manager Miss Diana Dilbert of Carby and Filtration and also Eco House, telling us more about their products and service. We want to thank you again for allowing us to put the spotlight, showcase and highlight and hear the success stories of your growing business. Continued success to you both.
Thank you so much, Sabrina.
I want to thank you, our loyal listeners and friends, for supporting us on the Radio Cayman's Business Buzz this morning. It has been a pleasure. Again, we want to thank our kind sponsors, Cayman Insurance Centre, celebrating 46 years in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. The Business Buzz is also brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies, providing quality pharmaceutical, medical supplies, and consumer products. Give them a call, 949-6211. Until Thursday, have a safe and fabulous Tuesday.
Oh, Cayman moon.
The voice of the Cayman Islands, Radio Cayman.
Shining down from above.
We love our listeners.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
The Business Buzz is brought to you by Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 46 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And also brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211.